The quiet cost of chasing validation. There is a quiet hunger shaping modern society. A hunger not for food, comfort, or even success, but for validation. The desire to be seen, approved, admired, affirmed. It touches teenagers discovering identity, adults building careers, parents raising families, leaders shaping communities. It transcends age, culture, class, and belief. This is not a discussion against friendship, community, mentorship, or healthy connection. Humans are relational beings. We grow through interaction, learning, and mutual support. The danger begins when external approval quietly replaces internal stability. When the voice of the crowd becomes louder than the voice of conscience, reason, and self-awareness. Many people measure their worth by reactions. Compliments received, attention gained, approval granted, status recognized. In subtle ways, decisions start shifting. Choices become shaped less by values and more by visibility. Character becomes negotiated. Authenticity slowly dissolves into performance. The problem is not that people enjoy appreciation. That is natural. The problem is when appreciation becomes oxygen, when emotional stability depends on how others respond, when affirmation disappears, anxiety rises, when approval weakens, confidence collapses, when comparison increases, contentment erodes. This creates an invisible dependency, not on substances, but on opinion. A person driven by validation rarely rests internally. There is always a silent competition, someone doing better, appearing happier, achieving faster, being admired more visibly. Social environments amplify this pressure. Carefully curated lives create illusions of perfection. Smiles hide strain. Success hides sacrifice. Applause hides private battles. Someone may drive a beautiful car yet carry overwhelming debt. Another may appear confident yet struggle with deep loneliness. A family may look harmonious publicly while navigating unresolved tension privately. A successful professional may quietly fear irrelevance. Appearances rarely tell the full story. When people chase validation, they often compare their behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's highlight reel. This creates distorted conclusions about self-worth, progress, and identity. The mind begins measuring life with inaccurate scales. Validation seeking also quietly weakens decision-making. People begin adjusting their beliefs, boundaries, and priorities to remain accepted. Integrity becomes negotiable. Courage becomes conditional. Truth becomes filtered. Over time, the person may not even recognize their original convictions anymore. They become adaptable, but not grounded. This instability creates exhaustion, constant self-monitoring, constant image management, constant emotional calibration based on reactions. It becomes difficult to enjoy private victories because applause is missing. It becomes difficult to make unpopular but necessary choices because approval feels threatened. There is also a relational cost. When validation drives identity, relationships become transactional. People are valued for what they provide emotionally, socially, or psychologically. Genuine connection weakens. Vulnerability becomes risky. Authentic disagreement feels dangerous. Depth is sacrificed for acceptance. Perhaps the deepest cost is internal fragmentation. When a person constantly performs for approval, the inner life becomes disconnected from the outer life. The person begins living two realities, who they are and who they present. Over time, this creates quiet dissatisfaction, restlessness, and loss of meaning. Timeless wisdom has always pointed to the same principle. Stability begins internally. A grounded person is not indifferent to others but not governed by them. They appreciate feedback without surrendering identity. They value connection without outsourcing self-worth. They learn without surrendering discernment. True confidence is not loud. It is calm. It does not need constant reinforcement. It grows from self-knowledge, disciplined values, reflective thinking, and honest self-assessment. Healthy relationships support growth, but they do not define worth. Community refines character, but it does not replace conscience. Respect is valuable, but integrity is essential. Approval may feel good, but alignment with truth feels stable. Another important realization is this: everyone carries invisible struggles. No life is free of pressure, uncertainty, disappointment, or limitation. When we internalize this, comparison loses its power. Compassion replaces envy. Gratitude replaces competition. Realism replaces illusion. Instead of asking, "How do I appear?" a wiser question becomes, "How am I growing?" Instead of asking, "Do they approve?" a deeper question becomes, "Am I acting wisely?" Instead of asking, "Am I admired?" a healthier question becomes, "Am I becoming grounded, disciplined, and internally steady?" Practical recalibration begins with small shifts. Spend intentional time reflecting without external input. Silence strengthens clarity. Define personal values and boundaries clearly. What matters to you independent of applause? Practice private excellence. Doing meaningful things even when no one notices. Reduce unnecessary comparison triggers. Not every environment supports healthy perspective. Learn to receive feedback thoughtfully, not emotionally. Cultivate gratitude for progress rather than perfection. Most importantly, build a relationship with your own conscience, reasoning, and inner discipline. When internal alignment strengthens, external approval becomes optional rather than necessary. This does not isolate you from people. It actually improves relationships. You become less reactive, less defensive, less competitive, more authentic, more grounded. You listen better, you choose better, you live with steadiness rather than performance. The deepest freedom is not public applause. It is internal peace. It is knowing who you are, why you choose what you choose, and where you are headed, regardless of who is watching. When validation no longer controls identity, clarity increases, anxiety reduces, purpose sharpens, relationships deepen, and life becomes something you experience, not something you perform. This is the quiet strength that builds resilient individuals and stable societies. If this reflection resonated with you, subscribe to The Inner Life. This channel exists to strengthen clarity, judgment, and inner stability in a complex world.